So I saw the Whitney Houston movie trailer, and the Clive Davis situation. I go back with Whitney. It's hard to believe when you think about it. I still remember when she did that background vocals for Teddy Pendergrass and Jermaine Jackson, who they had their situation together. You know, um, when you saw the video, if you I don't know if you remember, I wasn't saving all my love for you, and you saw the guy who kind of favored him in the video, and then they had the like the double, and then the story played out. So it was a down low anthem. hmm So it was a trip when I think about that, and then I think about she's one of the greatest artists ever, the closest thing to a female equivalent to Michael Jackson. Let me just say that. And that voice in her peak and her prime, nobody was fading. Maybe Luther on the male side, but nobody was fading Whitney. Whitney is one of them female high standards as far as I'm concerned. And it was disappointing with the black community back at the awards show back in '89 when they booed her. That's embarrassing. Because you wouldn't get white folks to boo Barbara Streisand when she did Enough is Enough with Donna Summers, trying to be cool. They never do that. But black folks sometimes when and it's funny now, you booed Whitney Houston, but you see what you got today, twerking and tweaking, uh, what I call sex workers making music, not even real artistry. But you booed Whitney Houston. Just let that sit on your conscience. Then she came back. She came out with an incredible debut album. The second album was big, but then when she, in the third album, she worked with LA Babyface, etc. Clive Davis gave her the all around girl imagery and vibe, which a lot of people in Hollywood be acting. The rappers that you think is tough is really soft. They Starburst crew on the low, and the ones that you think is soft will knock your block off if you look at them. I think both sides will knock your block off, but the ones that you think would, it's a lot of acting that goes on. That's why when they go to movies, they blow up and all that. But let me get back to this. So the same formula that worked for the Queen movie, which I saw and I dug, the same formula that worked for the Elton John movie that I saw and I dug, they're trying to do it with Whitney. Will it work? Them previews look like, kind of pitchy, dog. Now, the real story is that Clive Davis did not discover Whitney Houston was actually a photographer. And the real story is that she auditioned perform in some club and it was a real swanky little, hole in the wall spot. People were submitting songs, but her voice and her vibe just took off. It was like you couldn't deny her. And that was a turning point. But let me fast forward to 30 years ago around this time with The Bodyguard and her vocal performances and how dynamic she was. Flip Dolly Parton song, ran with it. Incredible. And her versatile talent as an actress, she got to do movies, mixed results, but she still had a presence on the screen. Obviously, they're going to talk about her and Bobby Brown. Sure, they'll talk about her and Robin Crawford and her mother, etc. And a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff has not been good, and a lot of stuff that was deteriorated. But I chose to remember her at her best and her peak when she was a standard. And I don't know if the movie's going to do that, but I'm going to say this. There has not been another female artist since her, in my estimation, that has made people step their game up. No Beyonce, no Janet Jackson, no Rihanna, no Mary J. Blige, no Lauryn Hill. None of them have come close to what Mariah Carey neither, who's a junior whopper version of Whitney, have matched what Whitney did. Whitney made classics. Whitney was a standard. I'm not saying they ain't had important, great careers, because there's a difference. But I'm talking about someone that could be put on the same. Say you put her in the same sentence. No. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Whitney did the thing. I don't know if the movie's gonna show that, but from what I saw with the previews, that thing looked kind of. Yeah. We'll see. I'm not expecting much because you know how the whitewash goes, and they already had try to whitewash it. But let me tell you something. Whitney something from the soul, and if you know about her gospel music, check out that Preacher's Wife soundtrack. You know what I'm getting at. Stuff she did with BBCC Winans. You know what I'm going at with that. She could do it all. She was the truth. I always say the female Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. She was the truth. Give me your thoughts and takes about the Whitney previews. What's your thoughts and takes? Visit, like, subscribe. And I do respond, thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And when I say Whitney belongs on that mountain, she belongs on that same mountain with the Shaka Khans, with the Donna Rosses, with the Aretha Franklins, with the Gladys Knights, with the Ella Fitzgeralds, with the Billie Holidays, the cream of the crop, the Sarah Vaughns, Donna Washingtons, top tier, and ain't but so many who can sing that mountain. She belongs on there. And I would throw Donna Summers on there too. But Whitney was a special artist. And she was a deep soul from the brick. I'm out.